Welcome to the Traders Corner, brought to you by the StreetBeat.com CEO interview series. And now your host, Steve Cannavale.
Steve Cannavale here in Traders Corner, bringing the information on small and microcap you can't get anywhere else. We're sponsored by the StreetBeat.com on our site, Expedited.com. Today we're talking about the Labor Day unwind trade. And yesterday, if you've been kind of following along or reading or watching the markets in general, what happened in front of Mitt Romney's speech is that the most fund managers bought volatility by purchasing the VXX, which is the volatility index traded on the New York Stock Exchange, symbol VXX. They bought that and they sold the QQQs as some protection insurance to the downside in case something went wrong in the speech. And something did go wrong in the speech, and it was called Clint Eastwood. But let's move on. Basically, that trade yesterday, they bought the VXX, essentially making themselves long volatility, and they also shorted the QQQs, which is kind of a broad index ETF traded on the New York Stock Exchange, a widely used hedging tool. And if you look today, both of those trades being unwound are really losers, and it's kind of pushing them outside of their normal movements because people are taking them off before we go into the long weekend. But it was a short-term insurance play, really. They bought the VXXs higher than here, probably in the 12s or high 11s. Shorted the Qs a little bit lower. The general market's up today, kind of based on no comments out of Jackson Hole. But you see, it's kind of interesting to look at this trade because this is a two-sided loser, which means that unfortunately, when you buy insurance and put on a hedge, it can work out the wrong way, and that's what's going on today in the VXX, which is down 2%, and the Qs, which are up. So they lose on both sides of the trade, basically essentially unwinding the insurance prior to the weekend. This is Steve Cannavale in Traders Corner, bringing the information on small and microcap. Have a great Labor Day weekend. We look forward to seeing you back here Tuesday, and we're sponsored by the StreetBeat.com.
TheStreetBeat.com is a publisher of news and opinions and not a securities dealer or broker or an investment advisor. For a full disclaimer, please see our website, www.thestreetbeat.com.